going on, everyone? And welcome back to another edition of CAV to CAV brought to you by House 67 Productions. I'm your host today, Pryce Jamison, and today I'm here with Tiffani Bundy, the event coordinator of Cabrini's Black Student Union, and we're going to be discussing the BSU Fashion Show that is coming in a week. So first and foremost, how are you doing? Everything cool today? Everything going good?
I'm doing great. I'm excited. We're a week away. So I'm pretty pumped.
That's what's up. And just to jump right into it, what can people expect from this fashion show, in terms of everything it's going to offer?
Being as though it's our first fashion show in BSU, I feel like everyone should be expecting greatness, honestly. We put in a lot of work and a lot of time in trying to make sure that we implement certain things that haven't been implemented before as far as us even having a fashion show. So it took a lot for us to get this in motion and to actually feel like we're headed in the right direction. We've gotten a lot of vendors, we've gotten a couple performances going, so we're actually really excited.
Oh, okay. So yeah. So tell me a little bit more about those vendors and those performers, and just anything else that is not entirely just fashion.
So we were trying to make sure that we incorporated some dancing and some other aspects of like the arts versus just having just strictly a fashion show. We do have vendors that are displaying streetwear. There's displaying African, like it's like African wear. I don't know if that's the correct term. Excuse me.
Right, right.
And we also have just like some regular casual things that you would want to wear. I'm excited to see a couple of surprises that I can't say, but I'm excited to see the reactions and what everyone thinks in their mind that's going to happen. They're not really quite sure. So I think that they'll be very satisfied with the performances and just the fashion overall.
Yeah. And to jump right back into the fashion, I'm hearing a lot of noise. Okay, is it a runway? Is it this? Is it that? So, is the fashion presented to us, more so from a certain creator or a brand in general, or is this a platform where students can display their own type of fashion sense?
So when we were thinking about the fashion show, we didn't want to just subject it just to students because we know, a lot of designers aren't, always in school or haven't, started their business in a school. So we tried to like expand it or make sure that everyone, even outside of students, outside of Cabrini, even if it was designers that students knew, we tried to make sure that everyone like kind of felt included. So we did go with some students that had a couple brands that wanted to participate, but we also do have outside vendors that were, just wanted to display their talents in hopes of, bringing in sales or just bringing some attention and some, like hype up to Cabrini as well as to the Black Student Union.
Nice, nice. For sure, I see how you guys are expanding out. To not just showcasing, what is just here. Which is great. And then in terms of what is here, or um, other people that are wearing these brands during the show, how many models are currently a part of the show? What can we expect? And like how did you find um, these people too? Was there a sign up process? So go into the search for all of this talent.
Okay, so when we first came about with the idea to have a fashion show, we decided that we were going to do tryouts because when you take volunteers, sometimes there are people just a little shy or just want to come to the tryouts just to see if they can do it.
Yeah.
So we went up first with our tryouts, and surprisingly we were a little nervous because when we first came there were only two people there, but as time progressed and people felt more comfortable, we started posting content on our pages and our Cabrini BSU page and our personal pages to get more of the student body involved. So we got more models during as the tryouts came, and the process was really if people were confident enough, if they felt comfortable walking on a runway, walking on a stage, being in like a limelight, so to speak, because a fashion show, there's always going to be, a light and a camera on you. So we were trying throughout this process to get people that had, personality and felt really comfortable. After the tryouts, we started having practices. Our practices normally range for about like 2 or 2.5 hours. We were just going over basic logistic steps of modeling in general and just seeing how everyone was comfortable walking. We do have some models that aren't just walking in just regular sneakers. We have heels. Um, we were just trying to see what was fitting and who was fitting with what, just to make sure that when we assign them to vendors, that things were looking, nice and good for us.
Yeah.
I think that throughout this process, we have definitely like built, a bond and trying to get this production going. So I think overall, we're all just excited that it's coming to pass and that it's a week away and that so much work has been put into it so people can see that, Cabrini BSU is it's just about unity. It's about bringing some type of awareness to, a PWI, being as though that the Black Student Union, we haven't had, many events lately, but we're trying to break a strong comeback. So I'm excited.
Yeah. And, I love how you went into the concept of unity and all of that. So this is the first time you guys are putting on a fashion show. So what inspired, you guys to do this, and what is the platform that you can hope to give a lot of these students who may have experience with runway walks or who is doing it for the first time ever?
So when we first started talking about a fashion show, me and the president of Lexington Union, Malik Washington, we were talking about it, and we have always went to like other schools or other events, and we always like seeing students and vendors or students that are just trying to get their brands up, and they've held events at their schools and things like that. So we were just brainstorming, and Malik actually just said, well, maybe we should have a fashion show. And at first I was kind of hesitant because I wasn't sure how we were going to market it. I wasn't sure how we were going to be able to actually get people to come or just involve themselves with us. So we decided to just put out our tryout flyer, and we said whatever we get, whomever decides that they want to participate, we're going to just kind of take it and run with it. So when we put ourselves out there, it was actually a better turnout than we expected. And I think just the sole inspiration behind that is like, normally when people go to college, yeah, of course they're there for the education, but a lot of times you can see that it's kind of a fashion show in itself. People are coming out with different things they want to wear, different things they want to express themselves, and noticing that like a lot of students on campus, they do have brands for themselves, or they're wearing other brands that other students might be interested. So this just is a time for them to advocate for those brands and display a level of creativity that they don't normally get to display, just walking around on campus.
Absolutely. And then I know that you can't really give me the full scoop right now, but
not too much.
Yeah. What is some other plans that we can expect from the Black Student Union as the semester goes on? Some other events and activities.
So without saying too much, I think that everyone should expect that, given we are a Black Student Union, so the whole term of unity, I think that with our upcoming events, I think they'll see that we're just trying to bring Cabrini together as a whole, but also our Black students together, just so they can understand that even going throughout your daily, you do have people that here that are representative of you, a representation, and that we can all just be together and having fun. Even though this is like a production that we're putting on, we want to make sure that we implement things that people can have fun. People can talk about it and like, oh, well, let's go to another BSU event. So in hopes with our fashion show, also we have a melanin event that's actually happening tonight where we have vendors selling things like candles. They were selling merchandise. They were selling a bunch of different things. So we're just trying to bring not so much as an awareness, but having people know that we're here and we're going to keep trying to, elevate and push forward.
Sure, for sure. And I'm prepared for all of that every step of the way. But Tiff, I just wanted to thank you again for joining us here today. And make sure you all pop out to the BSU Fashion Show Drip or Drown next Thursday, February 23rd from 7:30 p.m. to 10 o'clock at the Grace Hall Atrium. Tickets are $5 for visitors and $3 for Cabrini students, and it's one of the many special events that is featured at Cabrini's campus during Black History Month. So I'll see you guys next time. and I hope to see you all there. Thank you.